Rolls Royce, the bankrupt child's legacy. Take the best that exists and make it better. This line is a summary of the zeal and passion that Henry Royce had for excellence. The conditions and circumstances of his birth weren't favorable, but Royce believed in himself. Together with his partner of noble birth, Charles Stewart Rolls, the luxurious brand Rolls Royce was born. What is the story behind this masterpiece? How did the company get to where it is today? Stay tuned and ensure to watch till the end to discover Rolls Royce, the bankrupt child's legacy. Sir Frederick Henry Royce was born in Alwelton near Peterborough on the 27th of March 1863. The youngest of 5 children, Royce had to start working at an early age of 10 years after his father became bankrupt. To survive, he would sell newspapers at railway stations. In 1876, he became a telegram delivery boy at the Mayfair Post Office in central London. Throughout this time, Royce had a passion for engineering. However, the first time he would act on his love for engineering was in 1878, when he served as an apprentice at the Great Northern Railway Locomotive Works in Peterborough. To fully comprehend what he was being taught, Royce needed some formal education. A relative offered to sponsor his evening classes in English and mathematics. With the knowledge gained as an apprentice, then 19-year-old Royce moved to London to work as a chief electrician to a company supplying electric lighting to Liverpool. Mind you, the young lad never stopped learning. Royce used every free time he got to improve on his knowledge of electrical engineering. Using the money he saved from the company, Royce built his own electrical and mechanical engineering company, F.H. Royce & Co., in Blake Street, Manchester. He had the strong support of his friend and partner Ernest Claremont. The company was producing multiple electrical devices such as bell sets, fuses, switches, bulb holders, dynamos, and electric motors. F.H. Royce & Co., which was later renamed Royce Ltd. in 1894, thrived throughout the next 15 years. However, it suffered a decline in sales during the Boer War, 1899 to 1902, due to the importation of cheaper electrical products from Germany. It was at this same time that Royce read a book titled The Automobile, Its Construction and Management by French engineer Gerard Laverne. This book changed his perspective of automobiles. To practice what he had read in theory, Royce dismantled his second-hand Decoville vehicle. While examining the car, he noticed other key components that needed to be improved upon. He then concluded that rather than rectifying the faults that he observed, it would be better for him to build a better one. On the 1st of April 1904, Royce's dream came to reality with the unveiling of his new Royce 10 HP car. 3 weeks later, this same car broke the records at the Slip Side Trials by covering 145.5 miles from London to Margate and back at an average speed of 16.5 miles per hour. In addition, the Royce 10 HP car produced lesser noise compared to other existing motor cars. The person behind the wheels during the trials was Henry Edmunds, who happened to be friends with Charles Stewart Rolls. Edmunds convinced Rolls to go down to Manchester and meet with Royce. This is where the whole narrative changed. Unlike Royce, Stewart Rolls came from a wealthy background. He was born in 1877 in Berkeley Square to Lord and Lady Langtock. Rolls schooled at Eton and after graduation proceeded to Trinity College, Cambridge, to study mechanical engineering. While at college, Rolls was the first undergraduate to own a motor car. As an accomplished motorist, Rolls broke the world land speed record in Dublin, driving a 30 HP Morse at nearly 83 miles per hour. However, his achievement was not recorded because the timing equipment was not approved. The love for sporting activities made Rolls to enter into a car dealership with his friend Cloud Johnson in Britain. They both worked together to sell Peugeot motor cars from France and Minerva motor cars from Belgium. On meeting with the much older Royce, Rolls was happy with what he saw. It was an opportunity for him to finally sell British-made cars. They went into partnership, and part of their agreement was that the name of the brand will be Rolls-Royce. This arrangement allowed Royce to focus on designing machines, while Rolls sold the motor cars. Royce went ahead to produce some of the best cars of his time, including the 6-cylinder 4050 HP, the legendary Silver Ghost, and the R engine for R.J. Mitchell's Supermarine S6 and S6B. Royce broke several unimaginable records for someone that never went to a higher institution. He filed 301 patents and received an OBE in 1918. Years later, he was made a baronet in 1930 for his contribution to aviation. Sir Henry Royce died on April 1933 due to an illness that has lingered for long and for his excessive hard work. His struggles at an early age also had a significant impact on his health. While on a hospital bed, Royce sketched out the design for the first adjustable shock absorber. This goes to show how committed and passionate he was to engineering. Royce's nurse, Miss Aubin, helped her to transfer the envelope to the engineers at the Derby factory. Using the idea gotten from this sketch, Rolls-Royce launched the PV-12 in October 1933, and the engine completed its first test in 1934, the year after Royce died. The PV-12 became the 27-liter Spitfire Merlin V12. This engine generated such powerful thrust from the exhaust that when engineers simply angled with the exhaust outlet backward, the Spitfire gained 10 miles per hour. The story of Rolls-Royce will not be complete without Cloud Johnson, who was the brain behind the vision of the brand. As the managing director, Johnson played a key role in expanding the reputation of the company. Cloud invested in publicity, and this earned him the title of the hyphen in Rolls-Royce. Johnson was famous for his catchy phrases, such as the 6-cylinder Rolls-Royce, not one of the best, but the best car in the world. Johnson was the one that named the first car introduced by Rolls-Royce Ltd. in 1906. The massive touring car known as Silver Ghost featured a distinctive gray color scheme and silver-plated fitments. All 40 by 50 horsepower 6-cylinder Rolls-Royce models thereafter came to be known as Silver Ghosts. By 1910, the year in which Charles Rolls died in an accident at the Bournemouth Air Show, the Silver Ghost had now become the most desirable luxury motor car in the world. It remained in production until 1924, before the Phantom 1 arrived in 1925. The Phantom 1 was a transitional model. The only difference it had from the Silver Ghost was the 7.4-liter or 453.2 cubic inch overhead valve 6-cylinder engine. The body designs and style remained the same. When the next model, Phantom 2, came out in 1929, it featured totally different body designs. However, it had poor sales due to the fall of the US market securities. The Phantom 2 was equipped with a revised 6-cylinder engine, increasing output to around 120 horsepower at 3,000 RPM, and later to 158 horsepower by using a higher 5.25/1 compression ratio and new carburetor. Produced through 1935, the body styles offered on the Phantom 2 were the high watermark in pre-war Rolls-Royce coachwork. When Bentley Motors was suffering from liquidation in 1931, Rolls-Royce acquired the company, using the name on one of Bentley's cars for its design. Rolls-Royce manufactured the 3.5-liter Bentley. Until its recent acquisition by Volkswagen, Bentley remained a part of Rolls-Royce and for the first time in more than 7 years has become an independent marquee. Rolls-Royce itself is now owned by BMW, although the cars are still built in the Rolls-Royce factories in England by many of the same craftsmen and sons of those craftsmen who have seen to the construction of Rolls-Royce motor cars for decades. Rolls-Royce has always had the goal of producing durable, enduring vehicles. Due to its commitment to excellence, more than 60% of all Rolls-Royce cars ever to emerge from the production line are still operational and on the roads today. Considering the fact that the company is more than 100 years old, this is a big deal. Rolls-Royce set a new pace in the automotive world by getting to a mind-blowing speed of 272.46 miles per hour in 1933. Its 2,300 horsepower, 36.7-liter supercharged Rolls-Royce V12 engines were known for blistering performance and staggering speed back in the 1930s. In 1935, Campbell took the rudimentary land rocket to the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah and recorded a run of 301.33 miles per hour. Rolls-Royce also delved into the aviation industry. The first aircraft engine built by Rolls-Royce was the 12-cylinder Eagle in 1914. This move was in response to a plea from the officials of the Admiralty during World War I. Subsequently, Rolls Royce came up with other smaller and better engines. The company actually supplied more than 60% of all the British-built aircraft engines used in the First World War. Today, Rolls-Royce's automobile and airplane divisions still share the same name, but belong to two different owners. As a result of financial problems caused by the development of the new RB211 turbofan engine, Rolls-Royce was nationalized by the Health government in 1971. In 1973, the car division was separated from Rolls-Royce Limited as Rolls-Royce Motors. Rolls-Royce Limited remained in public ownership until it was privatized in 1987 as Rolls-Royce plc. The Rolls-Royce battery-powered aircraft recently hit a top speed of 387 miles per hour in testing, making it not just the fastest electric plane, but the fastest electric vehicle. The luxurious brand is now the premium choice of the elite in every society. This notion further solidified in 1950 when the British royal family parted ways with Daimler to select Rolls-Royce as its preferred car manufacturer. Then, Princess Elizabeth was the first to receive a Phantom 4, which became a model-only design for the royals and other heads of state. A mere 18 Phantom 4 models were produced, making it among the rarest of the Rolls-Royces ever. Another shocking fact about this epic company is the source of its leather. The exquisite leather is gotten from bulls. These bulls are imported only from Europe, where the higher altitudes mean fewer mosquitoes and other insects, minimizing bite marks. Then there's the coachline painter of the luxurious brand. Mark Court has been the only person painting the pinstripes or coachline stripes on all Rolls-Royce cars since 2003. Mark's role is so significant that any mistake in his work means that the whole car will be repainted. The job of the coachline painter goes beyond just straight lines, as customers often request a variety of custom designs. There have been cases where Court worked on designs like flowers, horse heads, various abstract shapes, as well as customers' initials. Rolls-Royce has stuck to the ideology of its founder, which is perfection. It constantly pays attention to details. For instance, on a closer look you would notice that the logo on the center cap of the wheels don't move. That's because each official Rolls-Royce rim features a special gyroscopic mechanism that stops the center cap from rotating, thus ensuring the iconic RR monogram remains upright no matter what. Over the years, Rolls-Royce has remained on top. In 2021, the car maker sold 5,586 cars globally. That is the highest ever annual sales recorded by the BMW, owned since it was founded as Rolls-Royce Limited over a century ago. It beats its earlier record set in 2019 by 461 cars. This is a notable achievement, and the CEO of the company attributes it to the fact that people dying from the pandemic drove home the realization that life is short and should be enjoyed while the opportunity exists. What do you think about the Rolls-Royce brand and the struggles of Henry Royce? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.